Prior to the Buddha Day ceremony held at the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, 450 volunteers were already on site to maintain the cleanliness of the environment. As the Buddha Day celebration concluded later in the evening, another group of volunteers immediately cleaned up the ground and restored the place to its original look.
In the dark of the night, Tzu Chi volunteers are carefully moving tables, chairs, and potted plants away. Meanwhile, Wanhua Tzu Chi volunteers work together to disassemble booth tents. Even though it requires 2 hours of work, these devoted volunteers do not complain.
We mobilize Wanhua Tzu Chi volunteers to disassemble these 12 tents. We are the first to come and the last to go.
I feel quite happy to join the annual Buddha Day celebration. We will come to help whenever we are needed.
Later, the volunteers come together to disassemble the ceremonial table and collect the different components step by step.
First, we take away the Buddha statues before these pot plants. We need to follow the procedure. All the Buddha statues can easily stand.
With the assistance of these devoted volunteers, this year's Buddha Day ceremony once again concluded on a perfect note. In fact, before the Buddha Day ceremony commenced, there were already a group of recycling volunteers patrolling the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall to keep the environment clean.
Today we have around 450 volunteers who take 2 shifts to keep the venue clean. The first shift is from 2 to 6 p.m. and the second shift is from 6 to 10 p.m.
Volunteers set out temporary recycling points to collect recyclables as they want to make sure the venue retains its pristine condition following the major event. Among the recycling volunteers is 73-year-old Li Yixiong, who says that doing recycling to celebrate Mother's Day is especially meaningful.
I wasted too much time before I joined Tzu Chi. Mr. Zheng Yan says our time is not enough, so I have to seize the opportunity to help as much as possible. This year I spent Mother's Day in a meaningful way.
Thanks to these volunteers' work behind the scenes, the Buddha Day ceremony proceeds smoothly without imposing any environmental burden on our planet.